Hey YouTube. So I've been going back and forth with a YouTube creationist and professional troll. Goes by the tag Vaily Boy. Came onto my little music video I made for Corporate Avengers song "The Bible is Bullshit." Started spewing some pro-creationist, anti-atheist crap, threats of hell, all that. So since it's the summer and I have a bit of time to fill, I engaged him in a totally unstructured, unlimited debate on the message board of the video, which has been raging on and off for a few weeks, I guess. Anyway, when you spend some time reading and replying to someone, you learn a lot about their typing ability, of which I learned Vaily Boy has none. So I found it peculiar when he sent me a message which had very few spelling mistakes and proper grammar. It was actually a pleasant surprise, but I had my doubts. So I copied and pasted a snippet of it into Google, and sure enough, I found the article he copied and pasted it from. It's an article on a blog at blogspot.com by a guy called Alex C. I don't know if this guy got it from somewhere or if he wrote it himself, but anyway, in hopes that Vaily Boy doesn't get mad and demand I take the video down, I will address this response not to Vaily Boy, but to the original article. Also, for your amusement and for the aid of you folks with ADD, I will now be providing more voiceover instead of a direct video. It saves on memory and uploading time, and I love lolcats and demotivational posters, so you'll probably see a bunch of those, as well as some text. Maybe I'll get some more subscribers that way, but without further ado, here is my response to the article. Why atheism is wrong. Okay, this particular article uh, contains primarily three statements which the author accuses atheists of overusing, and then goes through them and tries to explain why they're wrong. Atheist statement number one. I've heard this one before, that is for sure. The article claims that atheists believe in faith. That's a quote. They have faith that what the scientists say is correct. Well, first of all, you don't believe in faith, as the article put it. You have faith. And yes, I will agree that there is a certain amount of faith that people have when they listen to science. You may be surprised. But, just like people have faith that we are not living in someone else's dream. Or it's just like the kind of faith that people have that the sun will rise tomorrow. It might not, but it is 99.9999999% likely. And luckily, even less faith is needed to believe scientists because peer-reviewed and widely accepted scientific discoveries, research, and papers are often made widely available to the public, either through online or subscriptions to scientific magazines. It's not that hard. The article then says that science has changed since the past, so it will obviously change again, as if that's some kind of point against it. Science is, however, constantly changing. New information is added to theories on a regular basis. If confirmed evidence does not fit a theory, a new theory must be formulated, or an old theory altered, so that it is able to fit the new data. It is for this reason that we do not pull all of our focus on the scientific errors of the past. You'll also notice that scientific errors are always discovered, disputed, refuted, or modified by other scientists. This is the unbiased check and balance system which is utilized by science. This part of the article ends with a quote from St. Francis of Assisi. Assisi, however you want to pronounce it. He says, "Faith is higher than reason. Reason is useless unless you believe." Well, of course, Saint Francis would say something like that, no matter how preposterous it is. Vested interests. Why would a saint want reason to be higher than faith? And you quite clearly do not need to believe in order for reason to have a use. Believe in what, I might ask? Whatever. Atheist statement number one remains. Atheist statement number two. Oh dear. You had my attention right up until claiming that the scientific community is divided into creation scientists and evolutionist scientists. That's right, the article actually claims that in the third paragraph of part 2. This is a gross overstatement. The scientific community is not at all in a tither over whether God created the universe or whether evolution happened on the planet Earth. As a matter of fact, the two are not mutually exclusive. It's not my cup of tea, but if you believe the universe was created by God, that goes along just fine with the knowledge that evolution is responsible for the variation of life on Earth through the non-random selection of random genetic mutation. Now what evolution does sneeze in the face of is Genesis, and even most Christians think that taking this story as literal fact is wrong. It's a vague legend full of bad morals and paradoxical scenarios. Most reasonable people agree not to take it at face value. Fundies, however, are not reasonable when it comes to such things. Now I could stop here